How you doing, guys? This is Dinkum, and this, as you've been in my live streams, you've probably seen me build this thing. You know, we've got my character, my windmill, my bits and pieces. You've seen the evolution of this firsthand if you've been watching. If you haven't, I've been playing this game for a little while, and today I'm going to go down the mine. Now, I went down the mine during one of my live streams, and it's a lot bigger than I was expecting, even coming to a conclusion that I think it's just too big for 4 players. So what I'm going to do today is I've installed loads of mods. I've installed an unlimited health, stamina, unlimited durability. I'm going to go into the mine and just basically try and clear out as much as I can. I have no idea how long this is going to take me. Now, this is the map. This is the map. This is huge. And I'm not even joking when I say this. I think the map for the actual mine is almost as big as the map that you play on above land, like with the islands and the water and the crocodiles and all the stuff that wants to kill you. I genuinely think it is about the same size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and uncover the whole thing and see how long it takes me. I'm going to be doing this between sort of like my daily duties of life. Currently it's 10 past 1 in the afternoon. I'm going to go off and do this. I'll come and talk to you when I get to a point of either being so fed up with this place that I'm going to sort of like destroy something, or we'll have a chat afterwards. Okay, so welcome back. I've been down here for about half an hour now, and this is what I've done. Now, one thing I didn't know you could actually do in this game was to walk up to a wall with a pickaxe and hit it. The walls have a health bar, which means you can break into certain areas. I did not know this. So what I've done is I've basically ran a line all the way through all of this wall. Like this straight line, I'm literally just mining straight through. You get stone, occasionally shiny stones come out of it as well. So far, lucratively, I've got 3 lots of rubies and an ammonite. I don't even know how much an ammonite is worth. This is the first time I've found an ammonite and 3 lots of rubies. So I've made about 140, 150, maybe even 200,000 off the rubies alone. The ammonite, I'm not sure of, and I'm going to do it anyway. We'll go through it. But that alone, just to walk this little section here, this little bit, I know it looks like a thingy in balls, because that's just how the light's drawing it. But because of this and this really long shaft, we're in a mine. Yes, it looks like a shaft. But that has taken me around about half an hour just to burrow my way through the whole thing. I have no idea how long this is actually going to take me. Just going to keep going. Found a wall. That is a really, 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 really big square. This is the one problem with mining in all. Number one, there's lots and lots of enemies down here. And when I say lots, I mean hundreds. Hundreds and hundreds. I've probably killed in a region of about 50 to 60 bats just by digging out this tunnel. And that's all I've done, is I've dug this tunnel and got attacked by bats. And that's it. This is my entire life down here. The one problem with this is, obviously all I've done is I've dug through a wall. I've just gone in a straight line. Yes, I'm using mods, and it was the only way I could have done this. The reason why is because the mines are so vast that there is no way you're going to be able to see everything down here. In fairness, I've stuck infinite durability on, so my pickaxe will never dull, and it will never break. All I've done is I've killed bats with the pickaxe. So the one main issue down in these mines are the bats. Out of everything that can possibly kill you, the bats I would say are more annoying. They seem to be almost, they're probably just because there's hundreds down here. It feels like they're infinite, but I don't think they are. The downside with that is that for all the time you're going to be spending running around down here, even if you've got infinite durability on, you spend a lot of time hitting bloody bats. That's it. The crocodiles you can run away with. The devils, okay, yes, you're probably going to have to face a few of those down here as well. If you're on your own, I would not have a go at you if you said, screw this, I'm putting mods on because it's just too much for me to do. The reason why I'm saying that is just because of how long it's taken me to do this alone. This one little strip of runway that goes up and down this mine has taken me near on an hour to do. Near an hour of just digging. But what I'm getting at with this is sort of part of the game. Your part of the game is to come to a mine, pick up elements like tin and copper and iron, and be all good. And how are you going to do all of this if it takes you that long? Let's say one strip takes you an hour, and there is lots of them. Let's say there's 20. You're going to be spending a whole day down here. And the reason why I'm saying you're going to spend a whole day down here is because at the end of the day, if you turn on the mod that turns time off, which is why up in that corner this clock has not changed from 8:01 for the last hour, is because your time down here is very limited. You are down here for as long as you can survive, or as long as your day is. Once you come out of the mine, you lose the mine. Because I was down in the mine on my live stream, which as time of recording was only yesterday, and that mine doesn't exist. This is a big part of the game, massive part of the game. Okay, so first off, obviously the reward. You've got to try and find enough stuff down there to justify the amount of money that you're going to have to spend on a mining ticket. And like I said, mining in itself is 25 grand for a ticket, and that can only be used once, not once a day, once a trip. You don't get anything else out of this. So yes, that one piece of ruby basically pays for the one I just did, and the next piece of ruby pays for the next one I just did. Your reward for coming out of a mine has to be within 50 grand. Has to be. The reason why is because you have to make up the money that you spent on a ticket to get down there in the first place, and then another ticket afterwards. So you probably, if you find 2 bits of ruby like this, you're going to make enough money, or maybe just one like this, which is worth 91,000. And that's all good. But what if you're not lucky? What if you end up going down that mine and never finding a ruby? The only ways you're going to make money from basically mining is by picking up as much ore as humanly possible and making something of it, or finding scrap cars or enemies and basically selling off the bits out of them, or the chests, which you need keys for to start with. Obviously we all know this by now, but they're the only ways to make money down there. This one just about pays for a ticket, 34 grand. So would I really recommend going down the mine? I mean, it's all right. I mean, 25 grand a pop to go down. It's easy to come up with that money. In fairness, it's a lot of just hand digging and stuff, and if you use the metal detector enough, you're gonna make your money, and that's fairly simple. But just do what I did, run around for a bit on your live stream or in the game with a metal detector, and you'll find loads and loads of green items. This sort of item here. Now I've sold a couple of stashes off of this stuff, and it came to a pretty penny. One load I sold live on a live stream for 465,000, so you can make profit from up here, but ore is harder to find on ground. The only time that I would want to go down that mine is if I need a shed ton of stuff to start with. Let's say you're building the windmill and you need iron. In fairness, iron is easier to find down there, but it's a lot of a grind. And I'm going to be honest, it's for a single player. Because I don't tend to play games with many people, if any, I normally do stuff on my own. And being that I'm literally doing this on my own, I'm using mods to show you how long it would take you. But I can't go back down there anymore. Not today. John! 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 I got a fossil. 4 grand. 26 grand. So it's only worth about the same as you would if you picked one up. Fair enough. Yes, I found one. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a nap. And here we are, in another mine, randomly in the game. Each one is going to be randomly generated. It's going to be one of those times you're going to sit here, do I really want to keep doing this? Do I want to do this? And yeah, okay, the reward is good, but you have to find your reward first, and that's the big question. You've got to put 25 grand in for an investment, and if you're playing this on your own, and you come across a bad mine, let's say you walk straight in and get killed by an alligator, you just lost 25 grand because you cannot use that again for the day. And you have to find another 25 grand to go down there. So make choices lightly when it comes to going in the mine. Really, because the only reason why I went down there for as long as I did was because of the mods. And as said, I wouldn't object to anybody who plays this as a single player to use mods to do this. Now, if you're playing multiplayer and there's 4 of you, one of you is going to be a mule for life health, you know, like food and water and so on and so forth. As a single player, rest of the game, play normally and naturally and be happy enjoying the game and being, you know, as a single player, playing anything above ground, you don't really need to use mods. The only mod I use up ground is to literally pause time so I can do what I've done. Like to put out all the plants and the flowers, the orchards and all that stuff, all I've done is use the mod where I basically pause time, like I am now. Going down into that mine, I'm guaranteed to put on the infinite, I'm going to put the infinite durability on. I'm going to be putting on the infinite energy. It would take too much energy for me to go down there on my own, to dig out what I want, to come back. The rest of the game I'm going to play on my own. I really am, because I don't really need to worry about mods. I just use the pause time one to do as much as I can in a day, like building stuff, doing missions for people and all that sort of stuff. But as soon as I go down into that mine, I'm using mods. And I know that sounds like I'm cheating, but even when I was live streaming it, it was needed. I wouldn't spend enough time down there to go, oh yeah, I'm just going to do this normally, because there's no way I would do it normally. I tried doing it normally. I died after about 3 crocodiles. And I was like, screw it. I spent 25 grand getting annihilated by a gator. I don't really want that to happen anymore. And I'm going to be completely and utterly honest. Got a little bit annoying. You spend all that money going down there to get killed and pick up a few bits of ore. I can do that up on ground and not get killed and be happy. So, if I was a normal player and I wanted to go down the mines, yes, I would use mods. That's just me. The one I do use is called WeMod. I'm not going to put a link in description box because everyone goes, well, you got a link in description box, you must be sponsored. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Apart from myself, cool hat. But apart from the whole thing that I use them occasionally to do certain things in games, this is literally the only reason why I'm going to use mods in this game. Number 1, I'm pausing the time so I can do stuff on top and just enjoy the game and be happy with it. Number 2, I will use all the mods that I can to go down into that mine and just enjoy the experience instead of becoming overly frustrated because I got killed by the next enemy after spending 25 grand and not being able to use that ticket again. But that's just my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours down in that comment section below, because at the end of the day, your criticism, your comments and everything else keeps me rolling, and I get more talking points to talk to you about the games that I play and so on and so forth. So thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. I'll see you all in another one. So peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do, and check out that video over there. Boom! Fist bump to you.